guys, real quick, everything you need to check underneath the hood in 1 minute. Oil level, this is where you fill the oil. Fuel filters, make sure they're relatively clean. That one is about to need change. Look for any fuel leaks. Fuse box, make sure you got your lid on it, no exposed wires. Bunch of air lines running through here, you got to air plenum right there, make sure there's no leak in there. Power steering reservoir, make sure it's full, no leaks. Steering box, drag link, tie rod, ball joints. Alternator, make sure your belts are good. Fan belt, alternator belt, make sure they're good. Fan clutch, and make sure your axle is bolted onto your leaf spring. A lot of times that might move back and forth. Big violation there, and also very dangerous. Windshield washer reservoir, you got a little pump here. As you can see, it's leaking a little bit, but make sure that's filled up. You got your radiator, your intercooler, make sure your couplers are all there, no coolant leaks. Right here on this side we got the coolant reservoir, overflow, whatever you want to call it. Make sure that's topped off. You got a minimum and a high point. You got your turbo right here, very hot, don't touch it. Make sure there's no oil leaks. Oil circulates through here to cool it off and lubricate it. Make sure it's not leaking, the seals aren't leaking. Look for exhaust leaks on your exhaust, and any EGR cooler leaks. This is your EGR cooler. You're going to look for any leaks. It gets really hot, so the coolant will actually turn white when it leaks out of there. And you got a couple oil filters here. Make sure those aren't leaking. Your coolant lines, radiator hoses, couplers. Make sure all those are good. And that's basically everything you need to check underneath the hood. Air filters, you got a little air filter gauge. You can check that while it's running. It measures pressure. And that's pretty much everything underneath the hood that you need to check out. I mean, besides your suspension here, shocks, brakes, air lines, leaf springs, airbags if you have them in the front. Some trucks do. And that's everything you need to know underneath the hood.